ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः। So we are studying a very technical topic. So the level of this discussion will be quite different from what we were having in Shantipatha. The terminology used also will be quite different. Here the discussion going on is, what is the order of creation? Is there order of creation? And what is that? The main answer of Vedanti is that this creation is unreal, and unreal does not have real order. So really there is no order. And that is indicated by Shruti, by discrepancy, variation in the presentation of creation. But still in Brahma Sutra, the second chapter, third pada, 1 to 7 sutras, the discussion is there, where whether Akasha is born or not, because in Chandogya Akasha is not said to be born, in Taittiriya it is said to be born. So Purva Pakshi there he takes the stand that Akasha is not born. And then Siddhanti, in so much discussion is there, and Siddhanti says no, Akasha etc. are said to be born, because if Akasha is not born, then Akasha will be standing apart from Brahman. Then ekajnanena sarvajnanam, that pratigna, that proposition will not be fulfilled. And therefore this creation is there, and order of creation is as per the Taittiriya Shruti, tasmad vaye tasmad atmana akasha sambhuta. And there Nishchal Dasji, the author of this text, is saying that even though order is really not there, then why order is standardized? For that answer is given. The two reasons are there. One is that people who are just newly entered into the study of Vedanta, if they see discrepancy in the order of creation presented, then they will have a Shraddha. Means they think the Shruti is very confusing. Then they will lose the sense of validity in Shastra. And maintenance of the trust is very important in the pursuit of knowledge. If I doubt the source of knowledge, then I will not get knowledge. And therefore, to maintain the trust of the new entrant, the Acharya is giving the standard, the model for the order of creation. That is first purpose. Second is that the order of creation will help the person to do the contemplation upon the resolution of everything into Brahman. So Laya Chintana, the contemplation of resolution of everything into Atma or Brahman, this order of creation is useful. You can meditate like this, that all the objects are the Prithvi, and Prithvi is resolved into the Apaha, water, water is resolved into fire, fire is resolved into air, air is resolved into space, space is resolved into Ishvara, Ishvara is Brahman. And that is how the contemplation can be done. And for that purpose, the order of creation is useful. And that is why the order of creation, even though it is not paramarthika, it is not absolutely real, but still it is presented. The second reason was given. And then the Granthakara said, once we accept the order of creation and creation, then Ishvara and Maya come into the picture. Because Shuddha Brahma cannot become the Karanam of this world. And therefore it is said, Kintu Maya Vishishta Shabala Brahmanaha Sakashat Jagad Utpadyate Tasmat Mayeshwarayoho Swarupam Pratipadyate. So whenever creation comes into the picture, then Maya will come into the picture. Maya Vishishta Brahma will come into the picture. And therefore the nature of Maya, nature of Ishvara is presented. I think second Tippani we had not seen, no? Huh? So Maya Vishishta Shabala Brahmanaha Sakashat Jagad Utpadyate. So Jagat, the world is born of Shabala Brahma. Shabala Brahma means the is Saguna Brahma, which is Maya Vishishta, which is endowed with or qualified by Maya. And on this Maya Vishishta Brahma, there is a footnote. This Maya Vishishta Shabala Brahmana itself is a technical thing. Now it is made further technical. So he says, Jagad Vivartopadana Bhutam Adhishtanam Mayopahita Chaitanyam Eva Natu Maya Vishishta. Here one technical difference is given between the Upadhi and Visheshana. Earlier we have seen this topic. When a given factor is considered to be integrally associated, then it is called Visheshana. Means whenever you think of a given thing, you always think along with something else. Then that something else will be called Visheshana. Like when I say you bring water, then you cannot bring just like water. You have to bring water with the container. So water, bringing water, when we say, this water is always associated with some container. So this container can be called what? Visheshanam. Bring water. When we say, then along with water, container is associated. Container is associated without any exception. Whatever way, when you say bring water, you always bring water in some container. Even you use your palm, still is a container. Whatever you use, a container. And therefore, in this sentence, bring water, the container is what? Visheshanam is an adjective. But if I say, I drank water. So when I drank water, water had the association with the container. But I did not drink container. So now container's status will be what? Upadhi. It is associated, but it is not involved in the action prescribed. So when I say I drank water, then the container has the status of Upadhi. When I say bring water, it has the status of being, the container has the status of being adjective. So when a factor is anugata, involved, and vyavartaka, distinguisher of a given thing from other things, then it is called Visheshanam. Ananugatatve sati vyavartakatvam is Upadhi. It is distinguishing a given thing but not integrally associated with a given thing. That is called Upadhi. Ananugatatve sati vyavartakatvam Upadhi. So here he wants to say that Maya Vishishta Brahma is not the Upadanam. Mayopahita is Vivarta Upadanam. That is said here. Jagat Vivartopadana Bhutam Adhishthanam Mayopahita Chaitanyam Eva. It is Maya Upahita Chaitanyam is the Adhishthanam, which is the Upadanam, Vivarta Upadanam of Jagat. In Shastra we talk about two types of Upadana Karanam. One is called Vivarta Upadana Karanam, other is called Parinami Upadana Karanam. So Brahman is said to be this Vivarta Upadana Karanam, otherwise called Adhishthanam. And that Adhisthana Bhuta or Upadana Bhuta Adhishthanam is Maya Upahita Chaitanyam, natu Maya Vishishtam. So for Ajnanam, for Brahman to become the Vivarta Upadanam, Maya is the Upadi and not Visheshanam. Tathapi Maya Vishishtasya Upadanatvam Tataha Jagadutpattihi cha Aviveki Drishtya Uchyate. Still, Tathapi, even then, Maya Vishishtasya Upadanatvam. This Brahman which is endowed with Maya is the Upadanam, is talked about from the standpoint of a person who does not have the distinction between the Upadi and Visheshana. And so, Tataha Jagadutpattihi. Maya Vishishta Brahma is the Upadanam, and from Maya, Tataha means Maya Vishishtat Brahmana. From Maya Vishishta Brahma, there is creation of Jagat. These two ideas are talked about from the standpoint of the person who is Aviveki. Aviveki means one who is not able to distinguish the Upadi and Visheshana. From his standpoint, it is told. Alright. Viveki Drishtyatu Jagataha Parinamyupadanam va Vivartopadanam va na Maya Vishishta Chaitanyam. From the standpoint of Viveki, Jagataha Parinami Upadanam or Vivartopadanam. Parinami Upadanam is modifying material cause, Vivartopadanam is apparent material cause. Both of them, either of the status, Parinami Upadana Karanam or Vivarta Upadana Karanam, is na Maya Vishishta Chaitanyam, is not Maya Vishishta Chaitanyam. Why? Kintu, then what is the fact? Kintu Jagataha Parinami Upadanam Kevalam Maya, Kevala Maya. Maya alone is the Parinami Upadana Karanam. Why? Because Parinami Upadana Karanam is that which is changing, and Brahman does not change. Therefore, Brahman is not the Parinami Upadana Karanam, the Maya is Parinami Upadana Karanam, which is changing. So, Kevala Maya Parinami Upadana Karanam. Because if you say Vivart, the Parinami Upadana Karanam, then Brahman will not have this inclusion. Brahman cannot be included because Brahman doesn't undergo any change. Vivartopadanam Mayopahita Chaitanyam. So the Brahman is Vivarta Upadanam. Why? Because the Maya is only Upadi, Maya is not Vishishta. Vivarta Rupatvam comes only in Brahman, not in Maya. Therefore, if you say Vivarta Upadana Karanam, Brahma is the main one, Maya is secondary. If you say Parinami Upadana Karanam, then Maya is the main one. It doesn't, the Lakshana will not go to Brahman. And therefore, Vivarta Upadanam is Mayopahita Chaitanyam. And Avivekinaha tu Ubhayavidam Upadanatvam Maya Vishishta Chaitanye Bhrantya Pratiyate. A person who is Aviveki, who doesn't understand the difference between Visheshana and Upadi, for that person, Ubhayavida Upadanatvam, both Upadanatvam, Vivarta and Parinami, both Upadanatvam, Maya Vishishta Chaitanye Bhrantya Pratiyate. To him, it appears in Maya Vishishta Chaitanyam because of his confusion, his delusion. But this confusion is so popular that if he says something different from that confusion, it will look confusion. Like, if you remember in Shanti Patha, I told तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु. Before that, anirakaranam me astu. So real chanting is mestu. Before that, nirakaranam me astu, me astu. So nirakaranam mestu is a the right way of chanting. Anirakaranam me astu. So we say mestu, we should say. But me astu is so popular that if I say me astu, you may think Swamiji is wrong. Therefore, we say okay. Because people have been taught several times and they will be fumbling in this place. And therefore we say okay, me astu. So sometimes to make the communication easy without compromising with the main Siddhanta, sometimes the expressions are used in approximate manner. So approximate expressions are used so that the person with the aviveki drishti will not be confused. His mind will be distracted otherwise. And therefore, tasmat shastrakarehi avivekinam drishtihi anudyate kevalam. So avivekinam drishtihi means the viewpoint of the non-discriminative person is restated by Shastrakara. Kevalam, just it is restated. Natu tatparyena uchyate iti gneyam. It is not presented with the tatparya. Iti gneyam. In this manner it should be understood. So this footnote is relevant to those people who have understood there is a difference between Upadhi and Visheshana, and Mayopahita Chaitanyam is Vivarta Upadanam, and Maya Vishishta Maya is the Parinami Upadana Karanam. But in general, we can say Brahman with Maya is the cause for the world. Now, with Maya, the Brahman with Maya, what type of status? With is whether engaged Maya or married Maya, that much difference is there. Both of them are going together. So engaged or married doesn't make any difference. So here, Vivarta Upadana Karanam is something like engaged. Vishishta is like married. So it doesn't matter. Engaged, married for all practical. In fact, nowadays, marriage reception is done before marriage. You know that?
Yes.
So they are receiving all gifts as husband and wife only. So all practical purpose, they are husband and wife. So similarly, I don't know why this example came to come. I am a brahmachari, I am a sannyasi, but that example comes to my mind. That is example. So Upahita and Vishishta is something like that. Either you can give the example of live-in and married, or you can say this engaged and married. Engaged marriage is an Indian example. Live-in and married is a Western example. Yeah. All right. So this much difference is that it doesn't make any difference. They will have association, then Jagat Prapancha will be born. Whether when they were married that is born or they were lived in it is born, doesn't matter. They born, that's all. So here, but people, those who are very particular, let us establish when the child was conceived, etc. That we don't matter. Both of them are parents taking care of this. Don't worry about. So this Tippani is highly technical only. It doesn't have any big impact in understanding of Jagat being Mithya. That's all. Because sometimes what happens, Swamiji, this Tippani I did not understood. And therefore Vedanta I did not understood. So don't have such conclusion. In Vedanta certain things are there which are highly technical, and if you don't understand also, your overall vision will not be affected. That's why I keep on repeating, what is overall vision? All that is here is Brahma, that Brahman you are. So that you understand. Is this clear? Okay, then pass. So you are this you have to pass. All that is here is Brahma, that Brahman I am. Rest of them are the details. Okay. Now, so this is the second footnote. So essence of this footnote is Technically, we cannot say Maya Vishishta Brahma is the Upadana Karanam, because Maya Vishishta Brahman is neither Vivarta Upadana Karanam nor it is Parinami Upadana Karanam. Because Maya Vishishta Brahma, Maya Upahita Brahma alone is the Vivarta Upadana Karanam, and mere Maya is the Parinami Upadana Karanam. Therefore, it cannot be said. Alright. So, according to the Tippanikara, Maya Vishishta Shabala Brahmanaha should be understood as Maya Upahita Brahmanaha or Mayayaha Sakasha Jagadutpadyate. And therefore, Mayeshwarayoha Swarupam Pratipadyate. Then Maya Swarupam. What is the nature of Maya? In Shastra, the word Maya is explained in different ways. Grammatically, Maya means Miyate Jagat Anaya iti Maya. So that because of which Jagat, Brahman appears as Jagat, is called Maya. What is there is Brahman, but what appears is the world. What makes the difference? The differentiating factor, the factor which is creating different appearance from what really Brahman is, that factor is called Maya. So Maya is that which makes Brahman appears as the world. That is called Maya. What is there is Brahman, but what appears is as the world, and that factor is called Maya. So Miyate Brahma Jagad Rupena Pratiyate Anaya iti Maya. That is one definition. Another definition is Ya Ma Sa Maya. Ma, Ya is there, no? Ya means which, Ma means not. That which is not there, really not there, is called Maya. Alright, so Maya is a topic which baffles so many people. Swamiji, Brahman is very innocent, so we understand. And they connect with genders also. So we understand, but this Maya Swamiji is very difficult to understand. Alright, Maya Swarupa. Jiveshwaradi Vibhaga Shunya Chaitanya Shrita Maya. So what is Maya? Maya is resting on pure consciousness, which is free from the division of Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat. Yam Utpatti Rahitatvat Anadihi. This Maya is Anadi, beginningless, because it does not have any creation. We cannot establish the creation of Maya. Many people think that Maya is born of Brahman. Maya is not born of Brahman. And since creation is not talked about by Shastra, creation cannot be established. Creation of Maya cannot be established. Therefore, Maya is Anadi. Then he gives the reason that why we cannot establish Utpatti. Vikalpa Sahatvat means all the possibilities of Maya, all the possibilities of creation of Maya will have logical fallacy. It is called Vikalpa Sahatva method. The method of untenability of any possible option. That because of that logic, this Maya, he cannot be established to be born. Tasyaha utpatyangikare putrat pituhu utpatti kathanasyaiva maya karyat prapanchat mayotpatti kathanam asangatam bhavet. We will ask this question: is Maya born of prapancha, the world? It cannot be born, because the prapancha is a child of Maya, and mother cannot be born of child, and therefore Maya cannot be born of prapancha. Okay, now what is this left out? Consciousness is left out. Can Maya be born of Chaitanyam? He says no. Tasma Chaitanyat Mayotpattihi Vaktavya. Since it is not born of Jagat, therefore we have to say it is born of Chaitanyam. But there also problem. Tatha sati jivatveshvaratvayoho Maya karyatvat na jiva chetanat va ishvara chetanat mayotpattihi bhavet. So Maya cannot be born of the world, then Maya can be possibility what? Second possibility for exploration, that Maya can be born of Chaitanyam. In Chaitanyam, which Chaitanyam? Jiva Chaitanyam or Ishvara Chaitanyam? From Jiva Chaitanya also it cannot be born, because Jivatvam is based on Maya. Ishvaratvam is based on Maya. Therefore it considered to be Maya Karyatvam. And therefore from Jiva Chaitanyam or Ishvara Chaitanyam, Mayotpatti is not possible. Why? He gives the logic. What is the logical fallacy here? Jiveshwara Siddho Tatsakasat Mayotpatti Maya Siddho Jiveshwara Siddhi iti Anyonyashre Prasangat. There is mutual dependence. But when Jiva and Ishvara are established, then Maya will be established. And if Maya is established, then only Jiva and Ishvara is established. That type of Anyonyashreya, mutual dependence, catch 22, they call it modern language. That situation will happen. Shuddha Chaitanyam tu. Okay, now only possibility is pure consciousness. Neither Jiva Chaitanyam nor Ishvara Chaitanyam. Pure consciousness can be the cause of this Maya. That also is not possible. Shuddha Chaitanyam tu asangam akriyam avikaricha. Shuddha Chaitanyam cannot have relationship with anyone. Karya Karana Sambandha is not possible. Akriyam, it cannot do anything. It cannot undergo any change. And since it cannot undergo any change, it cannot become the cause. Tasmat Mayotpatyangikare Shuddha Chaitanyam Vikari Bhavet. And therefore, if you accept, you insist that Maya should be born of pure consciousness, then pure consciousness will be Vikari. Kincha Yadi Shuddha Chaitanyat Mayotpattihi Uchyate Tarhi Moksha Dashayam Shuddha Chaitanyasya Satvat Punaha Mayotpatti Prasangah Syat. Now teleological argument is given. Teleological argument means the argument based on the purpose. The purpose-based explanation is called teleological explanation. We are not used to this word teleo, etc. Teleo is a Greek word. Teleo means purpose, the end. The teleological means purpose-based explanation. So teleology is a branch of philosophy which analyzes from the standpoint of purpose, not the cause. Purpose. There is a difference between the cause and purpose. Like you make this roti, then the cause is what? Atta, the flour. Purpose is what? Eating. So purpose and cause are different. Because people say, what is difference? This is the difference. Because when I give the example of dining hall, most of the people can understand. If I give science example and quantum physics, etc., people may scratch their head. But the dining hall, therefore, most of the time I give dining hall example. Some people don't like it. Swamiji, you are bringing down Vedanta to Idli Sambar. But what to do? People are at the level of Idli Sambar only. So I have to come down to that level. All right. So, Tasmat Mayotpattihi Ahita. So he says, okay, before that, if the teleological argument is that if Maya is born of what? Pure consciousness. And in Moksha Dasha, when a person attains moksha, then his identification with Sthula, Sukshma, Karana gone. And he remains as only pure consciousness. So if from pure consciousness Maya can be born, then again it will be born. If it was born once, it can born again. And therefore what will happen? A person with great difficulty, attending so many camps, courses, etc., he got moksha, so remain as pure consciousness, and again Maya will be born. After 50 years, 60 years, again it will be born. See, earlier days, the life's prescription means whole life you will be given. Makes it for life. Now they define life prescription means 10 years. Life means 10 years. So similarly, moksha means what? 100 years moksha, that's all. Or 200 or 1000 years. Afterwards again Maya will be born. So you will not have Nitya moksha. And therefore he said, to accept Maya to be born from Brahman is not good for you. So he said Ahita. He says Tasmat Mayotpattihi Ahita. Teleological argument. Ahita means not beneficial. Atahevacha Anadi. And therefore also Anadi. Atahevacha means it is connecting with the previous one. Logically it cannot be established, and teleologically also it cannot be established. Sacha Eka Eva. That Maya is one. As we said, one is enough. So Sacha Eka Eva. Gnana Nashyatvat Santacha. And since this Maya is negated by Gnanam, therefore Santa means it is having the end. And Santa we are telling with reference to the experience of a particular jiva. In Jivan Mukti Dasha, Maya is Santa in the sense Maya is negated. Maya is not Satya, Maya does not have existence. That is understood by the person. That is called the end of this Maya. It is called Atyantika Pralaya. Means a person understands that Maya was not there, is not there, will not be there. That is called the end of Maya. And after this Videha Mukti, this Maya is no more there for the person because person remains only as consciousness. So in that way, Santa. Sa iyam Maya. So far what has been established? This Maya, which is a factor required for the explanation of creation, that Maya is Anadi. Because when we talk about that the whole creation is born of Maya and Chaitanyam. So people will say, what about Maya? You are saying this world is born of Maya and Chaitanyam, then what about Maya itself? So we are clarifying this. Maya is Anadi and Chaitanyam Brahma also is Anadi. So that aspect is explained. Maya is Anadi but Santa, whereas Brahman is Anadi Ananta. So we had seen three categories are there, entities. Anadi Ananta Brahma, Anadi Santa Maya, Sadi Santa Katapatadi. Okay. Now, ontological status. So teleological, ontology, all logy will come. So ontological status of Maya is discussed. That's why I told you this Satipatha terminology will not be there. All different terminology will be used. Sa iyam Maya sadasad vilakshana. That this Maya, that well-known Maya, iyam which is being discussed now, this Maya is sadasad vilakshana. It is different from Sat. Sat means unnegatable reality. Asat means totally non-existent thing. So it is cannot be categorized as Sat, cannot be categorized as Asat. So some people are like that. You cannot reject them also, yet you cannot totally adopt them. So back and forth, they call love and hate relationship. So it keeps on happening. So Maya is like that. So Maya is what you cannot categorize in Sat, you cannot categorize Asat. So how it is so, that is explained here. Trikala Badhyam Yat Tat Saditi Uchyate. So that which is unnegatable in all three periods of time, that is called Sat. Trikala Badhyatvat Chaitanyameva Sat. What is that Sat which is unnegatable in all three periods of time? Our Vedanta's answer is it is you. You cannot negate yourself. Why? To negate, you should be there. So, who is unnegatable? Which is called Sat? You. But Swamiji, I also, my body, I will die, no? Your body will die. One who is aware of this body will not die. But Swamiji, my mind is aware of this body. That mind also will be resolved in Pralaya. But the one who is aware of the mind, that consciousness is not going to die. That consciousness is not going to be negated. Because for negation, consciousness is required. Why? Because negation is in the form of knowledge. Negation means what? Nasti iti bodhaha. So something is not there. That is called negation. And negation being knowledge. And knowledge cannot be there without consciousness. Therefore, the negation of consciousness is not possible. And therefore, what is Sat? Trikala Badhyatvat Chaitanyameva Sat. This consciousness alone is Sat. And here for our understanding and our clarity and to make the Vedanta relevant, we have to add, and that Chaitanyam, I am. Therefore, what is Sat? I am Sat. No, somebody, I am Devadatta. Devadatta is the name of your body. What you are? Sat. In Brihadaranyaka it comes that when child is born, He said, father is supposed to say Veda Namasi. You are a Veda, and Veda means Brahman there. So really speaking, your real name is Brahman. But the problem is why we are not calling ourselves Brahman? Because then we will have problem. Because you are Brahman, he is Brahman, everybody is called Brahman. Then we have to call number. Brahma 1, Brahma 2, Brahma 3. Then how many numbers will remember? As such, our memory is slowly getting eroded. So we have to call a Brahman what 789. And by chance you miss, then you want to call 799 and 769 will come. So problem will happen. And therefore, for Vyavahara's sake, your name is Rama, Lata, Devadatta, Yagnadatta, etc. Your real name is Brahman. But I don't like to be called Brahman. Okay, so that's why we're calling you Lata, Sita, etc. No, but I don't like to be Brahman. I like to enjoy Brahman. You don't have a choice. And in fact, you are rejecting Brahman. You are rejecting to be Brahman because you do not understand what Brahman is. You are Brahman. And in the appreciation of I am Brahman, there is freedom. That you have to discover, and for that satsang, etc. is required. Some people, because of immaturity, they say, Swamiji, I don't like to be a sugar crystal. I like to enjoy sugar crystal. If I become sugar crystal, people will eat me, and I will not enjoy. So, sugar crystal doesn't enjoy the sugar crystal. See, sugar crystal is only sweet, but it cannot enjoy its sweetness. So I don't like somebody Ishvara. I don't like to be Ishvara. I like to enjoy Ishvara. That is a typical Dvaiti's argument. He says, what is the use of being Ishvara? Being Brahman. You should enjoy Brahman. So that's why the people who do not have sufficient Vairagyam, for them Vedanta will not be appealing. However much they listen. The Vedanta study is different, and becoming Vedanti in spirit is quite different. People study Vedanta for years together, but the Vedantic spirit doesn't come. Still, all these things, samsaric way of thinking alone will happen. That one has to outgrow. One has to see the limitation of that thinking. Then only really one becomes Vedanti. One Vedantic spirit has to come. That I am not interested in enjoying anything. Any enjoyment is temporary. I want to own up myself, which is fullness, which is the basis of all enjoyments. And that's why it is difficult for most of the people. And therefore we come down. Alright, so let us come to this. So I am consciousness, and I consciousness am Sat. So Sat means that which is Trikalabadhyam, and Trikalabadhyam is Chaitanyam, that Chaitanyam is Atma. So I, Chaitanyam, am Sat. But here that is Mahavakya Upadesha is not there, therefore he doesn't bring in here. But what he wants to say, what is Sat? So he said Chaitanyam eva Sat. Okay. Maya tu Dhanabadhyatvat Sad Vilakshana. Whereas Maya is negated by knowledge, therefore it is not Sat. Sad Vilakshana means different from Sat. And what is Dhanabadhyam is? We have seen. Na pratitis tayo badaha kintu mithyatva nishchayaha. The ascertainment of something being mithya is called badaha. So Dhanabadhya Maya means what? Maya is ascertained to be mithya. That is called Maya being negated by Dhanam. Maya tu Dhanabadhyatvat Sadvilakshana. Alright, then Kalat, what is Asat? So it is Asat Vilakshana also. For that he first introduces what is Asat. Kalatraye api apratiyamanam shashashrunga bandhyasuta akasha padmadikam asaditi uchyate. What is Asat? In English we can translate Asat as totally non-existent. What is that? Kalatraye api apratiyamanam. That which is not experienced in all three periods of time means any period of time. Well, Kalatrayapi should be understood as in any one of the three periods of time, that which is not experience. What is that? Shashashrunga, the rabbit's horn. Somebody was telling that now some rabbit has got horn, but it is not rabbit for us. Rabbit doesn't have horn. Shashashrunga will never be experienced by you. Okay. Vandhya Sutta, a son of a woman who has never given birth. That is called Vandhya. That's why I tell that Vandhya and Vandhya, so much difference. My Mata is Vandhya, Vandhya you say. What you want to say is, my mother is worshipable. That's what you want to say. Mama Mata Vandhya. That's what you want to say. But because of not knowing the difference between the and the, what will you say? Mama Mata Vandhya. Contradiction. Vandhya means what? A woman who has not given birth to a child. That's called Vandhya. So Mama Mata Vandhya is opposite. So Vandhya means, just by the way, this is not the main topic here. Main topic is that what is Asat? Vandhya Sutta. You cannot say this fellow is the son of a lady, real son of a lady who has never given birth to a child. It is not possible. If there is a son, then mother cannot be said to be childless. Son is there. He is the son of a childless mother. You cannot say. Yeah, adopted you can say, but really you cannot say. Therefore, Vandhya Sutta is never existing. Akasha Padma, the lotus which is grown in the sky. Means you see that on sky, a lotus is hanging. That is not possible. You cannot have Akasha. You can have in Akasha, in space laboratory, they are now trying to grow plants. But they will have some material, that some pot, something in that. Mere Akasha, the lotus cannot grow. So, Akasha Padma. So you can say, tomorrow I will give you the gift of 500 Akasha Padma. You can say that. Akasha Padma means nothing. It means I will not give you anything, nothing. Okay, then Adikam. Acha, what is the word, what can be the entity which can be taken Adi? Adi means etc. Huh?
Castle in the sky.
Huh?
Castle in the sky.
Huh?
Mirage water.
Mirage water, no.
Castle in the sky. Not mirage.
Huh?
Castle in the sky comes in. Advait one.
Castle, you can say castle in the sky, yes, okay. In Shastra, generally, Gandharva Nagara it is called. But Gandharva Nagara, generally they give the example for Mithya. Castle in the sky means this, what you have imagined. Pratibhasika it is told. It is not Asat example. So, the conventional meaning. Anyway, in Shastra, I also had to scratch my head, but then I got it. It is Kurma Roma. That's one example. Generally not used so much. Kurma Roma means the hair on the turtle skin. Turtle skin doesn't have hair. No. Or tortoise. Tortoise, yeah. Tortoise they call it. Tortoise hair. The skin, no? That hair, that never exists. Therefore, Kurma Roma. Some example, okay. That's what I... But Puja Swamiji gives to us this squarish circle. Square circle. Square circle doesn't exist. If it is a circle, it cannot be square. If it is a square, it cannot be circle. So if you say squarish circle, then it is non-existent. But we have circle, square or something they have, okay. But it really does not exist. People give the name. Okay. Now, Asat, let us see what it means. Asat means that which is totally non-existent, never coming to your experience. That is called Asat. And in that, what is generally we enumerate as Asat is a combination of two things. You cannot think of one. See, you says what? Shasha, Shrunga. Means the combination of Shasha and Shrunga is not possible. So what we in Nayayika languages we say Shrunge Shashiyatvam Nasti. And Shashe is Shrungam Nasti. So Shrunga doesn't have the status of being belonging to Shasha, and Shasha doesn't have the status of Shrungavatvam. Shrungiyatvam Nasti. Shrungavatvam Nasti. Or Shrungitvam Nasti. Similarly, Vandhya doesn't have Sutavatva, and Suta does not have Vandhya Janyatvam. That like that. Alright. Now, Maya cannot be categorized like that. Maya cannot be categorized as Asat, totally non-existent. Why? That he explains. Dhanat purvam Maya tat karyam cha pratiyate. Before knowledge, Maya and its product is experienced. And if something is experienced, it cannot be categorized as Asat. But the definition of Asat is that which is not existent and that which never comes to our experience. That is called Asat. And Maya cannot be categorized as Asat. Why? Because it is experienced. And how it is experienced, that he explains. Tathahi. The explanation follows. Jagrat kale aham agnaha brahmana janami iti anubhuyate maya. In Jagrat kala, in the waking state, it is experienced by me. What? Aham agnaha brahmana janami. I, ignorant person, don't know Brahman. In this manner, Maya is experienced. Why? Because Maya is in the form of Ajnanam. And I am experiencing Ajnanam in the waking state. And therefore, Maya is something which is available for experience. When you say, I do not know Brahman, you are experiencing this Maya. Alright, because Maya is Ajnana Rupa. Ajnanam you are experiencing. That's a very interesting thing. Your ignorance also is known to you. Ajnanam is Jnatam. Jnanam also is available for objectification. And therefore, Maya, which is Ajnanatmika, is experienced by you in Jagrat Kala. Swapna Kale Pratiyamana Sarpa Padarthanam Upadana Karanataya Maya Eva Vibhati. In Swapna, Maya alone Vibhati means appears as what? Is cognized as the Karanam, Upadana Karanam of Pratiyamana Sarva Padartha. Maya is appearing as the cause for all the dream objects, Sarva Padartha, Pratiyamana, which are experienced in the dream. So in Swapna you are experiencing the effect of this Maya. Jagrat also you are experiencing effect of Maya in the form of this world. But in Swapna, you are experiencing this Maya in terms of its effect. So you are experiencing different objects, and those objects are nothing but the product of Maya. It is relatively easy to appreciate that all the dream objects are product of Maya. Why? Because I have not made dream objects. They are there, and therefore they are understood to be the effect of Maya. So Maya is available in Swapna as the cause of the dream objects. And Suptothitasya Sukham Aham Aswapsam Na Kinchid Avedisham iti Paramarshaha or Smritihi Bhavati. Suptothitasya Suptat Uthitaha. A person who has woken up from sleep, his Paramarsha. Paramarsha means his deliberation, his expression, verbal expression. So, verbal expression of remembrance is called Paramarsha. So, Paramarsha means the reference, mention, deliberation of, or the expression of the remembrance, Paramarsha Bhavati is there. What type of Paramarsha? Paramarsha is Sukham Aham Aswapsam. I slept happily. Na Kinchid Avedisham. I did not know anything. In this manner, recollection is there for a person who has got up from sleep. Sacha smritihi ananubhuti arthe na sambhavet. You have experienced that in dreams, in Sushupti Swamiji, I did not know anything. So you are recollecting now the experience of ignorance. And recollection is not possible. Sa means smriti or paramarsha. Sacha smritihi, that smriti, recollection, ananubhute arthe, with regard to non-experienced thing, na sambhavet, is not possible. Tasmat sushuptau ajnananubhavah asti. Therefore, in Sushupti, there is experience of ignorance. Agnanam Maya iti cha ekameva vastu uchyate. Some people say, Swamiji, I am experiencing Agnanam. I am not experiencing Maya. Nobody says after getting up, oh, today I experienced Maya in deep sleep. Nobody says this. So he said, so he makes a clarification. Agnanam Maya cha iti ekameva vastu uchyate. Agnanam and Maya are only one thing, are referred to as one thing only. Idam Itham avasthatrayepi Maya pratiyate. In this manner, in all three states, in Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti, Maya pratiyate. Maya is experienced. So in Jagrat Avastha, you are experiencing the Karana Rupa Maya. I do not know Brahman. Karana Rupa Maya. Ajnana. Ajnanatmika. Avranatmika Maya. And also you are experiencing the Karyam of Maya, Jagat. So in Jagrat Avastha, you experience Maya as the cause, this Ajnanam, and also you are experiencing the effect in the form of this world. In Swapna, predominantly you experience Maya in terms of effect. In Shushupti, you experience only in the form of cause, Ajnanam. Alright, so in all three states it is Pratiyate. Ataha, therefore. Therefore means what? Mayayaha avasthatraye api pratiyamanatvat. Since Maya is experienced in all three states, therefore Asat Vilakshana. Therefore it is different from Asat. Because Asat is that which is never experienced, whereas Maya is experienced in terms of effect and as in terms of being cause. Therefore it is Asat Vilakshana. And Sadasada Vilakshana Maya Karyam Jagadapi Sadasada Vilakshanameva. Not only Maya is Sadasad Vilakshana, it is Maya Karyam. Child of Maya also is Jagat. The product of Maya, Jagat, that also is Sadasad Vilakshana. Is the different from Sadanasad. Advaita Mate Sadasad Vilakshanam eva vastu mithya iti anirvachaniyam iti cha kathyate. And that which in Advaita Mata, in the Siddhanta of Advaita, Sadasad Vilakshana, that which is different from really existent and totally non-existent, different from both of them, is called Mithya. A thing which is neither Sat nor Asat is called Mithya. So people have this problem because they don't understand Mithya, and they say, how can you say the world is appearing, it is Mithya? Appearance is not opposed to being Mithya. That which is not Sat nor Asat is called Mithya. If world did not appear, it will not be called Mithya. So appearance of the world is not against its status of being Mithya. In fact, it is supportive. Jagadapi, okay, Anirvachaniyam iti cha kathyate. So Mithya is otherwise called Anirvachaniyam. Anirvachaniyam means uncategorizable, not available for categorical definition. That is called Anirvachaniyam. That is another word for Mithya. So you can say Sadasad Vilakshanam, Mithya, Anirvachaniyam, all convey the same idea. Tasmat Maya tat karyabhyam na dvaitam siddhyet. Tasmat means since Maya and Prapancha, both of them are Sadasad Vilakshana and thereby Mithya. Therefore, by Maya and the product of Maya, Dvaita is not established. Means duality is not established. So even though Maya is experienced, Maya Karya is experienced, still duality for Brahman is not established. Why? Maya tat karyayoho sadasad vilakshanatvat mithyatvam eva. He establishes what is indicated by Tasman. Why? Because Maya and its product Jagat, both of them are sadasad vilakshana and thereby mithya. And being mithya, it cannot establish Dvaitam. Nahi mithya padarthena Dvaita siddhi bhavati. By unreal thing, this duality is not established. We generally give the example. You are staying alone in your room, one person. And now you have got 10 mirrors in your room. How many reflections you will see? You will see 10 reflections. But somebody knocks at your door. How many people are there in your room? How many you will say? Only one you will say. He will not say, one me and 10 reflections. Do you say that? You don't say. Why? Because you are Satyam, reflections are Mithya. Mithya are not counted along with Satyam. And that is what is said here. Nahi mithya padarthena dvaita siddhi bhavati. By mithya padartha, unreal things, the establishment of duality is not there. And for that he gives the example. Swapne drishta padarthena yatha na dvaita siddhi. By the objects which are seen in the dream, by that duality is not established. You cannot say that Swamiji, I am one, but one person I have in dream. In dream, my spouse is there. Therefore, we are two people. You don't say. By Swapna Padartha, you are not established to be dual. So you cannot say, Swamiji, I was sleeping and then my son came, my daughter came, etc. In dream. You cannot say that, therefore, Swamiji, today my room was so much crowded. Why? Because my whole family came. So many hundreds of people came, Swamiji. Therefore, my room was very crowded. In dream, you saw so many people. By dream people, your room is not crowded. You are still one person only sleeping. And therefore, here it is said, Swapne drishta padarthena, by the object seen in the dream, Dvaita Siddhi is not there. Tatha mithya maya tat karyabhyam na brahmanaha sadvitiyatva siddhihi. So by mithya maya, unreal maya and unreal product of maya, sadvitiyatvam of Brahman. Brahman having second entity is called sadvitiyatvam. Brahman having the second entity, sadvitiyatvam, na siddhihi, is not established. There is no establishment of the status of Brahman being followed by the second, or having the second entity, that is not there for Brahman. So Advaita Vedanta is not talking about Advaita mean absence of Brahman. Even when absence of Dvaitam, even when there is experience of Dvaitam, Advaitam continues to be the fact. That is said here. So here the main discussion is the status of Maya is Sadasat Vilakshana Mithya. Alright. So now so far what we have seen about Maya, we are doing study on Maya. So first point highlighted was Maya is Anadi. Second point highlighted is Maya is Sadasat Vilakshana. Now we want the address of Maya. Anger. So where is Maya? So now address will be talked about. We will see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.